And I was so envious because she captured him in such a way that I hadn't been able to do. And like, I couldn't at that time put those memories to him, and the way he spoke and the things that he found funny, it was so heartfelt. And it was so nice to be in a place that where all these people really, really knew us well and had known us for a long time. And back to the community thing. Anyway, we got through the funeral, and then the next morning we were supposed to fly out. And we turned on the news in the morning, and it was another plane crash in New York. I think it was the plane crash where the plane crashed into the Far Rockaways. And so it all came flooding back. And now we were sort of stuck in Toronto, and I didn't know what we were going to do. So I called my dad to see if we could stay there, because I had this woman, the head of HR. I called my dad to see if we could spend the night or something there until the next day. But he said, no, it's okay. I'll drive you to Buffalo, and you could. That's what I did. That's what we did. My dad happily drove us, like the 3 hours each way to the Buffalo airport. And, the Hertz guy helped us reload our bags, and off we drove. And poor Kathleen drove, white-knuckled all the way. I think she was so terrified of killing Aaron's family on the highway, But it was definitely a moment of just like, wait a minute, the airplane would have been safer than being in a car, and the kids are fighting, and everybody's cranky, and we're hungry, and we're tired, and we're freaked out, and it was just, kind of chaotic. And so we finally got home, exhausted, tired. And the next day, I get Carter off to nursery school. I got Olivia off to school. The nanny's there, thankfully. I get myself to work. I have to go to work. And, it's just like this whole new day in my bizarre widow world where I've just spent a day at a memorial and dealing with a plane crash. And now I'm going to work. My new widow life. So anyhow, that's the story. I did just want to mention that I'm having to go back to my book to remember all these stories. And so if you're interested in having more detail on any of these stories, you can find way more detail in my book. So the book's called The Alchemy of Loss, A Young Widow's Transformation. And you can find it certainly on Amazon. I guess it depends where you are, but I just wanted to mention that in case you want more detail.